There are 3 easy steps in creating a resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live with City University of Pasay, Metropolitan Medical Center College of Arts, Science, and Technology and Technological University of the Philippines, Taguig. So today we will be joined by speakers from jobs180.com, Makati Medical Center, and Aspac. So before we start, may we invite everybody for the singing of the national anthem, followed by the invitation.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Thank you, Rex. So again, welcome everyone. Ready na ba kayo? I hope you all are. By the way, my name is Joyce from jobs180.com, and I will be your today's host. And we are live via Jobs180 Facebook and Jobs180 YouTube page. And we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. All right. So to officially start today's session, may we invite Engineer Pal Maliter M. Domingo, Assistant. May we call on Mr. Alvin P. De Leon, our GCOI Guidance and Counseling Office from Metropolitan Medical Center, College of Arts, Science, and Technology for opening remarks.
Pleasant afternoon, my dear Metronista students. First, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the President of Metropolitan Medical Center, College of Arts, Science, and Technology, Mr. Joel T. Go, the Executive Vice President, Dr. Remedios T. Habacon, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dean Napoleon R. Caballero, the Vice President for Administrations, Dr. Michael P. Gabilo, faculties, administrators, and to our guest team speakers. And of course, to Mr. Kim Chua, the Managing Director of Jobs 180, and to his team, thank you for collaborating to our institution to make this event happen. It gives me with a great pleasure to welcome you all to our Virtual Career Job Fair 2022 with the theme Connections to Your Future. As part of the MMCCAST efforts to help its students to achieve their goals in securing future jobs and internships, the Guidance and Counseling Office has been actively working for the past years for our students to provide a great opportunity to be prepared to meet future sponsor, a reputable and well-established company representatives. By meeting and creating a connection Our student will be inspired to work hard and commit their pursuit of their future career goals. Due to the pandemic situation we are facing right now, the unforeseen events, we have pushed and reinvent ourselves to more adaptable to changes when it comes in choosing a career. Thus, the main idea of our career job fair activity for this year is not just about connections, but to provide a career awareness, nimbleness, fluidity to the Metronista students, while letting yourself to be a certain while rediscovering your passion and career. Remember that instead of giving up on the face of adversity, me, we should face it with a positive attitude and a great smile. Right? With that, let us listen to now to our speakers who will discuss about today's topic on marketing me live career options. On that note, I would like to give my appreciation and congratulations to our fourth year graduating student, batch 2021-2022. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, Alan De Leon from Metropolitan Medical Center College of Arts, Science, and Technology for the opening remarks. And now may we call on Engineer Pal Malater M. Domingo, Assistant Director for Academic Affairs from TUP Taguig to give us another opening remark.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning to our students who will be undergoing this SIT orientation program. And welcome again. Welcome also for the Marketing Me Live webinar, wherein topics here are online applications, preparation for interview, improving communication skills, coping with the world of works, that you will need this when you will undergo these SIT programs. Now that SIT will be the actual application of your skill, application of your knowledge on theories. Ito na yung papatutunayan nyo kung yung mga theory ay pwede nyo i-apply sa totoong buhay o kaya sa totoong environment ng industry. So, sana sa mga Marketing Me Live webinar series na to ay may matutunan tayo or may apply natin kapag tayo na ay nasa industry. Welcome. Thank you sa Guidance Office and thank you sa jobs180.com for their assistance in this orientation program. Thank you and good morning to all.
All right, so thank you so much, Engineer Pal Domingo of TUP Taguig. So, as usual, for our audience today, please comment your name, your year, and your course. So, I'm sorry, please comment your name, your year, and which school na saan kayo galing. So, kasi meron tayong 3 schools today, so I forgot. So, we have TUP Taguig, meron tayong MMCCAST, and TUP Pasay. So your name, your school name, your first name, and your course. Ayan. So, and of course, don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too. So kung wala pa sila rito, please tawagan nyo na kasi nakapanghinayang naman if na-miss na itong opportunity. Para sabay-sabay tayong matuto ngayong hapon. So if you guys already here is our schedule for today. So we have online applications using Resume Link, which will be discussed by jobs180.com. We also have Dressing Up by Makati Medical Center and interview questions by Aspac Philippines. So again, shout out to everyone who is here na. And again, please comment your school name, your year, and your course. And as we go along, please type in your questions so we can read it later. Please wag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. If you have questions, please feel free to post your questions on the comment section. And of course, the speakers will try to answer all your questions. Okay, so to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together. So kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. So our first topic, which is online applications. Our first presenter has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director from jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, take it away.
Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No? Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mo mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay? More than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at doon ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So, sayang lang. So, you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register, wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi nitong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis ay makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat lang yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam niyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam niyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam niyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Chabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, 'di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, 'di ba? Certificate, diploma, 'yan, ebidensya 'yan, okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, 'di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, edi-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng mga ganun kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member ng Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pero nakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan, blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon ang dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Huwag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad pag-process sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So yan. So tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. if you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position na in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala lang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo. Update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante lang ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang, huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number one, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, o makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng binigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay, again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo na nagsasabing be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. So I hope you can hear me. I hope my sound.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. So the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions, MMCCAST, TUP Taguig, CUP, please feel free to ask. So sasagutan niyan lahat kung may questions kayo regarding resume link ni Sir Kim. Ayan. So wag po kayong mahiyang magtanong, na po kayong mag-message sa akin via private message. So, idiretso na yun sa comment section para mas mabilis natin mapasa. Kasi, minsan late dumarating, late na namin nakikita yung questions kasi nasa PM, nagpi-PM pala yung mga students. So, wag na po. Diretso na ng comment. Ayan. So, alright. So, while waiting for questions, Sir Kim, so, ayan. So, ako na po muna ang unang magtatanong. Ayan, wala pa namang question. So, for the first-time job seekers, how convenient it is po or useful to use resume link today, especially sir yung mga from SNC, kasi SNC meron silang scheduled job fair, tama po no? So ayan, so paano kayo useful at paano gagamitin si resume link sa mismong virtual job fair, career fair nila?
Yes, by the way, Ma'am Joyce, do we have SNC audience also today? Because
sorry my fault.
Okay. Okay, napaisip ako bigla kasi alam ko, well anyways, alam ko marami nakikinig ngayon, no, kasi naka-live tayo. Pero ang from what I remember lang, the audience that we have at least dito kailangan natin ma-recognize, no, yung mga taga MMCCAST, yung mga taga CUP, tsaka TUP Taguig. So, yan yung mga nandyan. Now, kung meron pang ibang hindi taga dun sa tatlong schools na nabanggit ko, welcome pa rin naman kayo, no, manood at makinig at magtanong ng questions kung may gusto kayong tanungin. So I think I'll just apply the questions of the question of Ma'am Joyce doon sa tanong na how
may nakita kasi ako nagko-commute na ibang school
taga SNC. Alam mo naman marami tayong school partners eh. So how convenient is the resume link? It's very very convenient, no, if I must say. Lalo na kung i-compare mo ito sa mga traditional type of format. Kung tatanungin yung mga magulang ninyo, no, yung mga tito-tita nyo, o baka nga hindi kailangan ganun kalayo, tanungin nyo lang yung mga ate at kuya nyo na mas medyo nakakatanda sa inyo, tanungin nyo sila kung paano sila mag-apply before, no, lalo na yung walang mga technology na available pa. It's super hassle, no. Hindi lang, well, if I use the word hassle, sige, inconvenient, o yun na lang, no, it's super inconvenient and very inefficient, no, yung mga traditional type. Now, using the technology right now with the resume link, napakabilis ng buhay natin. No? Hindi lang natin, pati buhay ng mga HR, mas mabilis kahit papaano. Kasi, ang gagawin mo lang, bilang isang job seeker, you just need to create your resume link. Okay, now, for the steps, hindi ko na isa-isahin yan. No? Panoorin mo na yung replay, just in case nakalimutan mo yung mga steps. No? Simple lang naman, pumunta kayo dun sa mga link na nagsuscroll dyan sa screen nyo ngayon or pumunta kayo sa website ni jobs180.com. Doon kayo mag-register. Okay, now, pag nakagawa ka na ng resume link, ano yung mangyayari? You'll be getting a lot of notification. No, definitely, marami kang makukuhang mga notification ng mga job opportunities based on the profile na sinet mo. Now, you have to make sure na maayos yung pagkaset mo ng profile mo kasi dyan ibabase ng system natin kung sino-sino yung mga kumpanya na may ganun din yung profile na hinahanap. So, what will happen next? 1 + 1 = 2 na lang yan, no? Pagka nag-match na yung profile mo dun sa hinahanap ng kumpanya, you'll be getting those invitation. That's the reason why it's very important you use a valid email kasi dyan ngayon pinapadala yung mga invitation sa inyo. Okay? So, kailangan mo i-verify account mo na ikaw talaga yan para makareceive ka ng mga invitation na yun. Now, once you receive the invitation, ano mangyayari? O, kita mo, baliktad na, di ba? Ikaw na nagkaroon ng trabaho, pero yung trabaho lumalapit na sa'yo. Di ba? Yan yung kagandahan ngayon ng technology. Baliktad na eh. Di ba? Hindi naman sa baliktad, pero napapabilis yung buhay. So, on your end, all you need to do is just entertain or reject them. It's up to you na, no? Bilang isang aplikante kung gusto mo explore yung mga opportunity na lumalapit sa inyo. Depende kung ano yung preferences nyo. Make sure lang, no, when you submit to those invitation, when you confirm to those invitation or to submit to those application sa mga position na gusto nyo applyan, make sure you do your research. No, isang side tip lang ako, wala naman pong bawal sa dami ng pwede nyo applyan. Kahit gaano karami, pwede mo applyan, no? Kahit gusto mo, ubusin mo yung isang oras mo sa kapag click ng lahat gusto mo applyan, basta lang i-make sure nyo na nag-research kayo. Okay, wag yung apply na hindi nalalaman yung pinapasukan nyo. Kailangan nyo i-make sure na i-research nyo yung kumpanya at saka yung position na pinapasukan nyo. Okay, now, fast forward. What will happen next? No, kapag ka nag-accept na kayo or nag-submit na kayo sa mga companies ng inyong resume link, ng inyong application, di abangan nyo na yung next step. Ang next step na lang, keep your communication lines open because I'm sure these companies, to mga HR na to, they'll try to contact you na. So, pag tinatawagan kayo, sagutin nyo. Diba? Pag ini-email kayo, replyan nyo. Hindi yung tinatawagan na kayo pero hindi nyo pa rin pinapansin. O, diba? Wag naman kayong paasa. Lagi ko nga sinasabi, wag kayong magpaasa, hindi maganda yan. At saka, syempre, kami rin mga HR, ayaw rin naman namin na nagpapaasa ng mga aplikante. Diba? So, pagka nakita nyo may mga hiring yung mga companies, seryosohin nyo, applyin nyo kung gusto nyo talaga maging part ng mga companies na to. Ayan. Okay, so that's my my answer to the question. I hope na-answer ko yung tanong ni Ma'am Joyce.
Alright, so thank you, Sir Kim. So may question na tayo, sir, from the audience. Ayan.
Okay.
Na tayo. So first from Miss Rhea, Victoria Del Mundo. First question is, ma'am, pag nagawa po ba ng resume, lahat po ba ng work experience need ilagay or yung pinaka-present lang po?
Yung lahat ba ng work experience ilalagay or yung pinaka-present, meaning pinaka-recent lang? Ang para sa akin, bilang HR, I'm speaking as an HR, my recommendation is you put everything there. That's my recommendation. Okay? Lagay mo dyan lahat. Kasi, ang mga HR, pagdating sa interview, parang ano lang yan, getting to know each other lang naman yan eh. Di ba? Nagkakaalaman lang naman tayo kung ano yung man nangyari from the time that you have graduated or perhaps, pag tinanong kayo, what are your working experience, at least makakwento mo siya. Di ba? So, whether good or not good yung experience nyo dun sa previous company na kaya ayaw mo ilagay if ever lang, then you can be honest naman in telling the HR or the interviewer about that incident. No? Ang importante lang, wag naman tayo nagsasabi ng masasamang bagay dun sa previous companies natin because hindi rin magandang reflection yun, no? Bilang isang aplikante. No? So at least just to answer your question, Ma'am Rhea, I recommend you put all the work experiences, even from the time na ikaw ay nag-internship, nag-OJT, ilagay mo dyan. No? Sideline man yan, racket-racket, ilagay nyo po. No? Wala namang mawawala eh. It's more to gain, no? For as an interviewer, I'll be able to get to know you more. So yun yung maganda dyan. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sir Kim. Next question from Sir Lester De Vera. Question is, may international company po ba kayo na partner for nursing profession?
Okay, thank you Sir Lester. Magandang tanong 'yan, no? Alam nyo, ganito 'yan. Para lang clear, lahat po ng companies na makita ninyo sa jobs180.com na website, lahat po 'yan ay merong physical presence sa Philippines. Okay? So kami bilang jobs180.com, hindi po kami manpower agency. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Hindi namin ipaprocess yung application nyo para ipadala sa kung kaninong mga kumpanya outside of the Philippines. Lahat po ng mga companies na makita nyo dito sa jobs180.com are direct hiring. So, ang tanong mo next, itutuloy ko lang ang tanong next is, how about if you're interested to apply for other companies outside of the Philippines? Diba? Now, meron po tayong mga local agency na partner dito. Ito po yung mga manpower agencies na gumagamit ng jobs180.com at sila po yung mga may license. No? Sila po yung mga may lisensya para magpadala ng mga tao sa ibang bansa. Okay? So, yan po yung sagot ko sa tanong nyo, Sir Lester. No? Huwag kayong mag-alala. Itong mga kumpanyang to, pagka pinaprocess yung mga application nyo, nag-go through din naman sila sa aming due diligence. So, we make sure na legally, no, under the Philippine laws, they have complied. No? And they are legally existing dito sa Pilipinas pa. Okay?
Alright, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. We hope Sir Lester na answer yung question. And another question, sir, from Sir Dexter Naduma. So, what makes the resume link po sa ibang jobs like LinkedIn and R? Ayan. So, what makes the resume link po iba? Siguro ganun yung question niya.
What makes the resume link stand out?
In other job website. Ayan. So,
okay. Well, in the Q&A, in the FAQ portion, yung frequently asked question, yung kadalasan tinatanong sa amin, 'di ba? Ano yung pagkakaiba, no? Una sa lahat, well, ulitin ko na lang, no? Kung na-miss out mo yung Q&A portion 'yun. Una sa lahat, kapag ikaw ay gumagamit ng jobs180.com, wala naman tong limit kung kahit kilala ka or hindi kilala yung jobs180 ng company. So, ibig sabihin, whether here or outside of the country, pwede ka mag-apply using the resume link. Ang importante, ikaw may control ng settings na ipapakita mo sa public. Because the HR will never know about your information unless ikaw magbigay ng resume link doon sa HR, doon sa kumpanya na yon. Now, again, just to compare lang with other job sites, without naming name, no? Kung sino itong mga job sites na to, alam niyo naman kung sino sila mga yan. When they use that website, that portal, it is possible for them to search for your information. Now, bilang isang company. Now, it is possible. Now, if you use jobs180.com as an HR, hindi nila ma-search yung information mo. Kasi ikaw dapat magbigay nun. At kung sakaling na-search nila, for some reason, no, nagawa nila yung possible combination, nahanap nila yung profile mo, yung information mo na to show in public, yung settings na yun lang makita nila. Okay? So, that's one major difference. The other difference pa is that yung pag-update mo kasi real time eh. Ang maganda rito is kapag nag-submit ka na information sa isang kumpanya and for some reason, gusto mo dagdagan, gusto mo bawasan yung information mo, all you need to do is update lang from your end. Diba? Hindi mo na kailangan balikan yung kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-antay ng 30 days para mag-update ng information para dun sa kumpanya na sinubmitan mo ng resume mo or ng resume link mo. In this case, anytime, real-time update yan. O, diba? Tapos, just in case lang, no, dagdag ko lang ito, Sir Dexter, if ever lang you want to withdraw your application, for some reason, biglang nagbago isip mo, nakapag-apply ka na, nakapag-submit ka na, tapos gusto mo na mag-back out. No? So, ano gagawin natin? Pwede mo balikan sa dashboard mo, yung mga in-applyan mo, tapos click mo lang yung withdraw application. And all your information for that specific position will be removed na from that company. O, di ba? Maraming benefits yan. So, I think maraming pagkakaiba, no? With respect to all the other job platform. Okay?
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. Next question from Sir Omar Alegre. So, same question with Ms. Rhea. So, need pa po bang ilagay yung work experience kahit not related sa ina-applyan?
Oh yes. That's a quick answer lang. Yes. Ako recommend ko kahit walang connect sa course mo, kahit walang connect sa previous work mo, 'di ba? Yung ina-applyan mo ngayon, 'di ba? Lagay mo lang din. You never know, 'di ba? Maka dagdag pogi points yan or cutie points para sa inyo pag inisi-screen kayo ng mga HR. 'Di ba?
Okay. So, next question. Thank you, Sir Kim. Next question from Ms. Ella Villar. Sir, as an HR professional, ano po yung pinaka-tinitingnan niyo sa resume, especially kapag fresh graduate po?
Mali yung lumalabas sa screen na question eh. Sorry. As an HR professional, ano yung pinaka-tinitignan sa resume? Alam mo para sa akin, skills. Regardless kung fresh grad or hindi fresh grad yung pinaprocess, the first thing, I'm speaking lang as me being in the HR pag nagsiscreen ako. And I think most of the other HR people also do it like this. No? The first thing that they check is the skills. Kasi kahit anong lapit ng bahay mo dun sa opisina, kahit anong school ka pag graduate, no, kahit ano pa, ang importante dyan, yung skill sets mo. Pasok pa siya dun sa hinahanap ng company na skills dun sa aplikante. Diba? Kung hindi siya magmamatch sa skills, then I don't think, why should they hire you for that position? Maybe they'll consider you for a different position. Diba? Na nagmamatch yung skills na yon. Okay? So to answer your question, Ma'am Ella, yung skills, yan ang unang pinaka-tinitignan. Okay? Ayan.
Alright, so thank you, Sir Kim. Last question, since ready na ang ating susunod na speaker. So,
Sige.
how about po sa former third-year students education attainment, ano po ang ilalagay? I have SHS diploma pa lang po, kaso pag nilalagay, hindi po siya lumalabas sa school.
Okay. Ma'am Charmaine, if ever lang you're choosing your school, after you choose the year level, halimbawa, high school, senior high school, tapos after that, hindi lumalabas yung school ninyo, please send us an email sa info at jobs180.com. Send nyo lang po sa amin yung concern ninyo at ang team natin sa customer support team po ay mag-assist po para malaman din natin, no, kung ano yung pinaka-concern. Okay? Ayan.
Alright, so I think wala na pong question from audience. So, sir, baka may announcement kayo or...
Ako, announcement ko lang. Mabilis ang announcement lang eh. Marami tayong hiring. No,
Mm-hmm.
kami mismo sa jobzone80.com, we have a lot of vacancies that we're trying to fill. So, for full-time position, kailangan po namin ng web developer. That's for IT. Kung may kilala kayo, kung mag-anak kayo, or kahit sino man, nasa tingin nyo na maging interesado, maging part ng jobs180.com, meron din kami kailangan ng customer support. We also need customer support people. So, all you need to do is submit to the following. Yung nagsuscroll sa screen. No, pwede kayo pumunta dyan. schools.jobs180.com/CUP. Pwede kayo pumunta sa schools.jobs180.com/MMCCAST. Oh, diba? And then you can also go to schools.jobs180.com/TUP Taguig. Or pumunta na lang kayo sa website ng jobs180.com. Kaya hanapin nyo lang Jobs 180, makita nyo yung opportunity na yun, full-time position, submit nyo resume link ninyo. Now for OJT, internship, meron din kaming virtual internship program that we're offering. In case lang you're looking for internship or OJT po, pwede rin kayo mag-submit sa amin. Wala naman tong limit sa dami ng tao dahil virtual nga po ang ating implementation, ang ating program. Okay? So we look forward to seeing your resume link. Submit nyo lang resume link ninyo. Yan. Maraming salamat.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Kim. Again, guys, if you still have questions regarding resume link, you may email us at info@chops180.com or you may visit our website. It's www.chops180.com. So thank you so much, Sir Kim. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat din.
Okay.
Be safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now let's move on to our next topic, which is dressing up. So our next presenter is an HR professional with more than 15 years working experience in human resources, specializing in talent acquisition and a certified recruitment and selection professional, CRSP. She used to work in the banking industry for more than 6 years, where she handled branch banking group and corporate positions. Aside from recruitment and selection, she also had an experience in organizational development and HRIS. At present, she is a senior talent acquisition specialist in Makati Medical Center for almost 8 years now. Her role involves end-to-end recruitment process for various key positions in the medical group. The HR specialist, talent acquisition from Makati Medical Center, Ms. Rhea Neri Orense. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Joyce. Good afternoon. Hold on, ha.
All right, so good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, can we now test your share screen? All right. So, again, to our audience, if you
Okay.
have questions, please wag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. Feel free to post your questions on the comment section. Ayan. So, Ms. Rhea,
Hi,
your
Joyce.
screen is up. So, if you're ready, yes, ma'am, it's up. So, if you're ready, I'll see you
Yeah.
after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck po.
All right. So, hi. Thank you again, Joyce. Thank you, Sir Kim and Team Jobs 180 for this opportunity. So, again, good afternoon. Good afternoon, students and all our listeners this afternoon. So, again, my name is Rhea. So, I'm from Talent Acquisition of Makati Medical Center. So, thank you for that wonderful introduction, by the way, Joyce. So, it's my privilege to be speaking to you this afternoon to share with you about my experience in talent acquisition, so particularly on how to dress for success. So before we go to our topic proper, I just want to share a little fun fact about job interview. So, hold on. Okay, so first, you only have 7 seconds to make strong first impression. So that's the fun fact or trivia number one. So you know you only get a brief chance, or to be exact, 7 seconds. So make sure, especially I think marami tayong mga first time applicants here. So make sure that you smile, you shake hands if possible. Pero ngayon pandemic kasi, so medyo iwasan natin yan. And then you also be conscious on how you speak and how you deal with the person that you are talking to. Fun fact number two, so 100 people apply for a single job on an average. So the average number of people who tend to apply for a single job is 118. And then out of that 118, only 20% of them get to be interviewed. And then lastly, so I think this is yung sobrang swak doon sa topic natin this afternoon, 71% of employers wouldn't hire someone who doesn't follow the appropriate dress code. So they say that style is a way to say who you are without having to speak. So you may have the great qualities and winning attitude, but if you do not dress to impress, then more likely you'll have a hard time landing that job. Okay, so very timely kasi this is our topic na we will be discussing this afternoon. So for all the job seekers here, these are just some of the pointers or tips that I want you to remember. So firstly, know the corporate culture before your interview. So, syempre, di ba, when you send out the application, syempre kami as an HR practitioner, we already assume that you did your research about the company. So, research about the industry, about the company that you're applying for, para you would also know kung ano ba yung appropriate attire that you can wear during the interview. Or kung talagang hindi kayo sure, it's better to also ask your interviewer. So we really appreciate kasi it's also, kumbaga parang that's also a sign for us, HR practitioner, that you're very much interested for the position. Second, keep it clean and pressed. So make sure that what you're wearing looks neat and clean. So, syempre, pag umattend ka naman ng interview, di ba, you don't wear yung mga party outfit or parang kakatapos mo lang sa gym. So, make sure that you are also wearing something, very clean and very presentable. You pay attention to your grooming. So, check natin, especially ngayon, well, most companies virtual pa rin. So, ano ba yung usually nakikita? Di ba itong upper part of your body? So, check your hair, kamusta ba yung nails mo? And then for the ladies, you also check your makeup. So, part din yan na parang dapat hindi naman ganun ka-exaggerated, and even the accessories that you are wearing. And then lastly, let your talent shine through. So the interviewer should remember your skills and your experience, not your outfit alone. So I just want to give you siguro parang a quick example of what are the suggested attire that you can wear during the initial or an interview with the company that you're applying for. So for female, so let's take a look at this one. So, ang suggestion, well, personally, this is also, I have to agree with this one, no? So, pero yung hair nyo, as much as possible, especially if mahaba yung hair ninyo, so either pwede nyo talian lang siya sa likod or pull up nyo lang siya ng konti para at least yung face ninyo is very visible. So, hindi siya yung parang natatakpan. So, kunwari, kung may bangs kayo, siguro you could move it on the side para at least kita naman natin yung face ninyo. Especially kung virtual, di ba, medyo parang limited na nga lang yung space na nakikita yung face nyo. So, make sure na very visible yung face ninyo. Tapos, natural hair color, well, some companies admittedly are still very particular about this. Kasi I know some companies usually very particular sila na parang like kunwari kung rainbow yung hair. So, as much as possible, especially if you're applying for the first job, you maintain the natural hair color ninyo. Or if not, kung talaga may color yung hair ninyo, then siguro you stick to a more natural looking and then check also yung skin tone ninyo. So, kung ano ba siya, kung match ba siya doon sa hair nyo. Not unless, of course, the industry that you're applying for requires, a creativity in terms of the hair, then by all means, so kulayan yung hair nyo depending on that. But, for a traditional conservative companies, they usually would opt for that certain hairstyle. Tapos, ito na-mention ko earlier, so check yung makeup ninyo. Especially if you're a fresh graduate, so you don't have to exaggerate yung makeup ninyo. So make sure it's something na age appropriate as well. And then for the accessories, kasi especially for us, di ba, ladies, sometimes we want to, we want to accessorize and all, but as much as possible, so you wear a simple earrings, simple stud, or wag naman yung super dangling na parang, di ba, parang mukhang party-party. So let's avoid that, especially during the interview. Tapos alam ko mainit dito sa Philippines, but we're very particular about this. So ako din personally, I also check on my applicants on this one. So as much as possible, dapat may sleeve. So wag naman yung super sleeveless or plunging yung neckline. So let's keep in mind that you're attending an interview. Tapos, mas madali kasi ngayon, di ba, kapag virtual kasi nga, parang you only see the upper part of the body. But if it's face-to-face, I suggest you wear either slacks or skirt. Kasi, better na nag-prepare ka talaga during the interview kesa naman yung underdress ka talaga. Tapos remember, ladies, if you're wearing skirt, make sure it's not too tight, it's not too short, and then length niya is dapat at least knee length. So, if you want to wear stockings, okay lang din. Kung hindi naman, okay lang din. And then, you wear closed shoes. As much as possible, let's avoid yung sandals, yung open-toed. Pero I think meron na ngayon yung parang, how do you call that? Yung the one na kita yung pwede yung sa likod. So, that's something that you can also wear. So, these are just some of my suggestions for the ladies. Now, let's go naman for the gentleman here in this event. So, sa mga male naman, again, yung hair, it should be neat and short. So, this actually depends then kung what position, what industry you're applying for. And then, as much as possible, you wear shirt with collar or long sleeves. Wag lang din syempre yung t-shirt or nakasando kayo. And again, if it's face-to-face, you wear slacks. I think meron kasi ako nakikita ngayon na parang mukha siyang slot. So siguro that's something that's also acceptable. Pero wag naman yung tattered yung pants nyo or yung mga butas-butas. Maybe you could save up for some other corporate event, but not during the interview. Preferably dark colors. Kung confident kayo na medyo mas light, okay lang naman din, pero as much as possible, you stick with dark colored pants. And make sure that the color of your belt matches the color of your shoes. So, kaya normally yan, it's safer if you would wear, syempre yung belt mo kung black, you also wear black shoes, or kung brown, you also wear brown shoes. And then socks should be black. So, never white. Save nyo yung mga whites ninyo for, siguro sa mga sports or for other activities, but not during the interview. Tapos, also check din natin yung nails. And then, I frequently receive questions if they can wear earrings. Kasi ngayon, di ba, parang male are also wearing earrings. Well, actually, that also depends on the company that you're applying for. But personally, siguro pwede natin tanggalin na lang siya during the interview kasi nga, depende din kung anong position that you're applying for. All right? So with that, let's do a quick survey. So let's say, for example, you are invited. So di ba, after kanina na-mention ni Sir Kim, so after submitting your application, finally, the company calls you in for an interview. So what color would you be wearing? So, for example, kayo yung pipili ng color. No political meaning to, guys, ha? So, we're just selecting the color here. Pero ano pipiliin natin? Blue, white, black, or red? Sige, so anong color yung pipiliin natin with that? Well, actually, according to a US studies conducted among HR managers and professionals, blue is the most recommended color to wear in an interview because they say that wearing blue is often associated with being a team player, being trustworthy, honest, and credible. And then it's followed by black, which is also often associated with confidence, authority, and leadership abilities. Then, syempre, safer color is yung white. This one naman is being associated naman with being clean and organized. So, they say na let's avoid red. But, personally, siguro something na very striking color. Of course, not unless the industry that you're applying for would require something na, very creative and all. Kasi they say that wearing red is often associated with being aggressive or rebellious. So, because ito nga, additional reminders also for our job applicants here. Different industries have different expectations of how candidates should dress. So, the appropriate dress code can vary greatly depending on the company, industry, and location. So, a single glance is enough for someone to form an opinion of you, an opinion based on your demeanor, body language, and how you dress in your interview clothes. So our more our main motivation should be to pick an interview outfit that conveys professionalism and respect while allowing ourselves to shine. So before we end, I just want to leave with this quote to you guys. So the secret of acing a job interview is to stop believing in luck and start believing in yourself. So, thank you guys. And syempre, promote ko na rin yung Makati Medical Center. So, you can check our Jobs 180 account. So, that would be at jobs180.com/Makati Medical Center. So, thank you guys. If you have questions, so after this presentation, I think we will be having a Q&A. So, we'll be waiting for your question, guys. So, thank you. And Joyce?
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Rhea. Okay, so again, the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions, guys, please feel free to ask. So habang nandito si Miss Rhea para ma-ask natin yung mga questions niya. Ayan, so while waiting, Miss Rhea, okay, sige po. So first question is from Miss Johansson Linero. How about for the people who are identifying their themselves opposite to their sex assigned at birth? How they wear po? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that question. Actually, I also experienced this one amongst my applicant, no, or even from other job applicants. Well, actually, I keep on emphasizing this one. Actually, this depends on the industry and the company that you're applying for. So, my suggestion is you also check, di ba? Kaya number one dun sa pointer ko is know the corporate culture. Kasi some companies, well, we could say na very, ano pa sila, kumbaga parang some companies are still traditional about this. Na, syempre if they see na physically, na baka parang you look like a male or you look like a female, then they would assume that you will be dressing, on what they see. But, for some companies, they're okay with that. They're, kumbaga parang, they're open to that idea na you can freely express yourself. So this is entirely kumbaga parang depending on the company and the position and the culture of the company that you would be applying for.
Alright, so thank you, ma'am. Oo nga po, no, isa rin nga dun sa curious ako kung paano ba pag nag-apply or empleyado na yung mga kapatid natin na
Yes.
LGBTQIA+. So, ayan. So,
Yes,
pero may mga nakikita po ako na company na ina-allow na, pero may mga companies pa rin na strict na kahit ano pang gender mo or ano pang tingin mo sa sarili mo, di ba?
Kasi sometimes, Joyce, it also depends on the possession and the company. So, yun nga, may mga companies na parang okay lang, hindi naman, doesn't matter as long as you can answer during the interview. Pero some companies, una pa lang pagkaganyan, medyo if they feel na they're, you would not fit in, then more likely they will not, kumaga parang they will not continue with the interview proper. Kasi baka babalikin ka nila, pa-change nila kasi that's also, we also have to respect na that's the culture kasi of the company. So, kaya better that you do your research about the company. Kasi ikaw din, di ba, as an applicant, initial interview pa lang yon. Kasi di ba, if for example, it's something na parang from there pa lang you would know na parang would I be parang be fitted din sa culture nitong company. Kasi di ba, remember mo din na parang yung initial interview, that's just an initial step. Na eventually, what if you get hired? So, parang papayagan ka ba nila na mag-dress according to your orientation? Or baka feeling mo din, made-deprive ka kasi it's not allowed by the company. So, that's something that you also check, as an applicant.
Alright, so thank you, ma'am. I think nag-gets naman ni Ms. Johansson. Thank you
for
siya, thank
that
you daw po.
question. Thank
So,
you.
next question, ma'am. Ma'am, I think this is the right time kasi since si Miss Rhea, si Makati Medical Center ay suki ni Jobs 180 pagdating sa virtual career fair. So, gusto namin malaman, ma'am, kung ano po ba yung common mistakes or usual na napapansin niyo sa aplikante kung saan sila, bakit sumasablay, initial interview pa lang po, no? Or sa screening pa lang po, especially pagdating sa dressing up, no? Ayan.
Yes. Actually, Joyce, right now nga, for Makati Medical Center, we're not super, kumbaga parang very particular na about how, syempre wag lang naman yung nakasando ka or nakaganyan, pero siguro one of the things na we usually have to remind applicants is that at least, you dress your part. Kasi sometimes, we understand na, syempre, di ba, since right now, virtual pa rin tayo na nag-interview, virtual pa rin tayo na nag-a-apply. So, make sure lang that you check what you are wearing.
Mhm.
So, di ba, upper part na nga lang ng body mo yung e-effortan mo na, di ba, parang you wear polo or for the ladies. Basta wag lang yung, kumbaga, mukhang parang kakagising mo lang na parang, ay, shucks, may interview pala ako with Makati Med. So, ganyan. So, kami din, we're not very strict about it, but we also check on, kasi that's also part of, kumbaga, parang yung preparedness mo as an applicant, especially if you know that you're scheduled for an interview and the interview would just take, maximum na siguro yung 1 hour or even 30 minutes, di ba? So, why not, dress up, especially if it's the first time that you will be meeting your, kumbaga parang future company mo, di ba? Tayo nga, when we meet, like, when we meet friends or when we meet siguro, yung crush natin, imi-meet natin, di ba? We really make an effort to, di ba, dress up talaga. Kasi yun yan, na-mention ko kanina, di ba, isa yun doon sa fan fact ko na you only have 7 seconds to impress the other person that you will be meeting for the first time. So, make sure that you maximize that 7 seconds. So, yun lang. Ang tip ko lang doon, you prepare really. Kumbaga parang like for Makati Med, we normally require or we normally ask our applicants lang just to wear, any business attire nga. So, kung gusto mo naka-long sleeve, kung gusto mo na naka-short sleeve, basta as long as may color yung dress. Tapos yun nga, kung the hair, so sana nakapagsuklay ka man lang before nung interview mo or kung gusto mo na, kumbaga, kung naka-makeup ka, okay lang naman din. Basta, very presentable ka pa rin tignan kahit it's a virtual interview.
All right. So, thank you, ma'am. So, next question po is, were there times po ba na that a candidate did not pass the interview because of the attire?
Okay.
May mga nangyari na po ba ganun?
Well, actually, Joyce, I have to say na yes, from my, kasi diba, since I have more than, experience already.
Mhm.
So, parang from my previous, I wouldn't mention na kung saang company to, pero meron akong ganong, how do you call it, experience that we have to turn down an applicant because of what I remember na parang it's a female candidate kasi nga this industry we're very particular. So this was way back, medyo matagal-tagal na to, pero matagal na talaga siya. And our company is really known na kumbaga parang kahit na kumbaga parang how do you call that? How would I explain this? Parang kumbaga very particular talaga kami doon na pag nakita ka pa lang namin from the waiting area and then you don't comply with the attire, we usually not naman turn down, but we have to parang kumbaga parang i-reschedule. We will not be entertaining you for that particular session. So pababalikin ka talaga namin. So siguro I remember this candidate kasi ang mahirap lang kasi is provincial candidate siya. So parang okay lang if you're just residing within the area, na malapit lang, na parang you can take 30 minutes lang and then nandun ka na. So, the challenging part, yun nga, malayo siya. At the same time, supposedly, it was the final interview. So, unfortunately kasi, we reminded her na parang you have to be in corporate and yun, very particular talaga yung mag-interview. And then, here she comes wearing, a very, mukhang party kasi yung suot niya and then something na talagang, it's, very unacceptable kasi. Yeah. So, we have to turn down. And siya din, parang she get also, parang she was also surprised na ganun yung, kumbaga parang kasi that's also part of the culture within that organization. So, there. I hope hindi na ulit siya mangyayari. Pero so far, yes, yun lang naman yung
Pero bumalik po ba siya, Miss Rhea?
hindi na siya bumalik. Siguro nahiya na din siya kasi nga parang we gave her the
Sayang naman.
chance na she can, we can reschedule her and all, but we have to
Mm,
syempre explain, let her then parang understand na kumbaga parang
mm.
from the initial pa lang we were very strict about it. We've already parang reminded you a couple of times that attire is something that is part of the kumbaga parang culture and the screening process here. So alam naman niya yon, and hindi ko din alam bakit siya pumunta ng hindi nag-comply with the attire.
Mm.
So there.
Ayan. So to our audience, I hope nakikinig kayo, no? So sayang kasi, 'di ba, nandun na kayo and then bigla
Yes.
pauuwiin kayo final interview dahil lang sa suot ninyo. So sayang
True,
naman.
true. Sayang. Sayang pamasahe, sayang yung effort, and 'di ba, dapat umaandar na yung application ninyo, 'di ba? That final
Mm.
interview. And what if, for example, isa lang yung kailangan, and then 5 of you were
Mm.
invited, meron nang nando na readily available, then more likely na lose nyo na yung kumbaga yung position na yun just because of kailangan mong bumalik, na hindi ka na nakabalik kasi wala na yung position that you're applying for.
Alright. So thank you so much, Ms. Rhea. Last question po. So how does grooming or the attire affect po the personality or yung tawag nito, yung aura po ng interviewee on the day of the interview?
Okay. Actually kasi Joyce, yun nga, syempre 'di ba when you're talking to someone, so whether it's virtually or face to face, we usually parang 'di ba ang una mo talagang nakikita is parang the person doesn't necessarily have to be very beautiful or very guwapo, 'di ba? Ang una mo napapansin parang maayos ba yung hair niya? Kamusta ba yung mukha bang naghilamos, mukha ba naligo tong person na to. So more on that. Tapos especially yung nails din, 'di ba? Parang syempre 'di ba, parang nagsasalita siya or 'di ba na makikipag-shake hands, pag nakita mo, ay shucks, ang dumi ng kuko niya, or mukha ba 'tong naghugas ng hands, especially ngayon, pandemic ngayon, 'di ba? Although we don't shake your hands, pero ano kasi siya, kumbaga parang that would give us an indication, 'di ba, on how you take care of yourself, 'di ba? Kung ikaw nga parang you don't know how to take care of yourself, how can we trust you with, a responsibility na greater than maybe cutting your nails or, combing your hair. Pero it's not naman na pagka ganun ka is na, kumbaga parang, syempre the initial impression would have a great impact on your application. So, di ba, parang, ano ba naman to? Hindi naman nag-effort tong applicant na to, di ba? Parang, di ba kayo din, personally, would you want to meet up with someone na 'di ba parang maayos yung suot niya, mukha naman siya nag-prepare, 'di ba parang ano siya kumbaga parang additional points din siya sa iyo. Kung kunwari kung may grading system yun, baka or you don't know, baka it's also part of the company's kumbaga parang sa interview nila, that's also part of their scoring na okay, itong si applicant number 1 is well dressed, so additional 5 points. So you don't know, kaya it's very important. So okay nang medyo kumbaga parang stand out ka talaga. Pero you don't have to be exaggerated naman with what you're wearing, di ba? So kumbaga parang you dress also appropriately on kung whatever stage na nung application mo.
Alright. So thank you so much, Ms. Rhea. So I think that's it po. So to end the session. So do you have ma'am, final words po ba or vacancies? Maybe you would like to promote po your the vacancies po available at Makati Med.
So thank you again, Joy. So for Makati Medical Center, so again, kindly check on our Jobs 180 account. So that's at jobs180.com/Makati Medical Center. So for Makati Med, right now, most of our vacancies talaga are for clinical. So we do have vacancies for registered nurses, medical technologists, radiologic technologists, pharmacy, and respiratory therapies. Now, for corporate positions din, ipopromote ko na din yung mga corporate positions namin. So, meron kaming vacancies for IT staff, for accounting, and I think we're also looking for IT support staff. And you can also check our website, so makatimed.net.ph, and pwede nyo rin i-check yung Facebook account ni Makati Med to know more about, aside from the vacancies, you can also check yung mga services and then updates about Makati Med. So thank you, Joyce, and thank you, Team Jobs 180.
All right. So thank you so much also, Miss Rhea. Thank you for joining us today and sharing your time and your expertise. So we wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you, ma'am. Ingat po.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Again, if you're interested, guys, you may submit your resume link at www.chops180.com/Makati Medical Center. So, moving on to our last topic for today, which is interview questions. Um, our last presenter. So she is an engaged and motivated HR professional with over 3 years of experience, and she is currently working as HR coordinator in Aspac International Incorporated, a logistics firm and handling sourcing and hiring. So the HR coordinator from Aspac, Miss Mara Jem Rosos. Hi, Miss Mara. Good afternoon po.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Joyce. How are you?
Sana okay. Okay naman, ma'am. Okay naman po. Feeling
Good.
Feeling okay. Ayan. Ayan. So, ayan. Ma'am, can we test your share screen po?
Okay po.
Alright. So, again, so last speaker na po natin si Miss Rhea for the topic interview questions. So, if you have questions, guys, again, ipunin niyo na po yung questions niyo. Pwede niyo na kayo maglagay sa comment section para later babasahin na lang natin kay Miss Mara. I-ask na lang natin. So, thank you. So, Miss Mara, your screen is up. So, if you're ready po, I'll leave it to it. I'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. So, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Miss Joyce. Thank you. Thank you again. So, good afternoon, successful people from College University of Pasay, Metropolitan Medical Center College, and Technological University of the Philippines, Taguig. And again, congratulations in advance because you did a very good job and you're moving forward in achieving your dreams or goals. So thank you for having me here again in jobs180.com webinar. I'm Mara from Aspac International Inc. So I'm here to discuss some interview tips on how to answer different types of interview questions. Okay, so what are those different types of interview questions? Those are credential verification, experience verification, opinion, behavioral, competency-based, brain teaser, and situational interview questions. So I'll discuss it to you later one by one. Very interesting, right? So, but before we start on that, additional lang, okay? So, like what Miss Rhea told a while ago, um, please prepare other important things, not only just answering interview questions, but um, make sure lang na you dress properly because it makes you a full package and stand out in all of the applicants. So first, ayun, what Sir Kim Chua discussed then, make or how to prepare a resume. Please make sure to make your individual profile or the resume appealing and not boring, guys, because its main purpose is to show off your best self to the potential employers. Next is to make a first impression. So, to be honest, ayun, sinabi din ni Miss Rhea na we formed an impressions within the first 7 seconds of meeting an applicant. So make your first encounter with your prospective employer a positive one. And most important thing is to dress professionally, okay? So last is dressing appropriately is to jobs interviewers' initial assessment of you. So dress to impress. It includes not only clothing, guys, or a simple white shirt or slacks, but also a decent shoes, Um, Not too loud hair and makeup, as simple and elegant accessories to make you a full package and stand out in all of the applicants. Okay, so you need to dress out even you're also in virtual interviews because it brings out confidence in you when you dress very well. Next is the importance of an interview. So again, what is an interview? It is an imperfect form of human communication designed to increase the predictive validity of potential employer and employee relationship. Okay, so it also considered as an important part of the selection and hiring process. It is the suitability of the applicant can be clearly assessed through this process. It also includes many other steps which help the interviewer in identifying the better person so as to get the best output. Ito na nga po yung mga interview questions. Okay? So, is it important? Is it really important because they help the experts or the interviewers know who is efficient and who is not? Not just this, but also you get to know the other different traits of the applicants, thus helping in judging better who will be able to be good in the particular field. And I'll give you some reminders lang then while answering those particular questions or common questions that would ask to you. So first is don't lie. Just be honest. Believe it or not, hindi tayo magaling magsinungaling. At mahuhuli pa rin kayo, lalo na kung maganda or magaling yung intuitions ng mag-interview sa inyo. Next is listen very carefully. Hindi yung nawawala ka sa sarili mo pag ini-interview ka na. Iba yung questions ni interviewer sa sinasagot mo sa kanya, okay? During that interview, what really matters is your attitude. If masyado ka ding confident or arrogant, I'm very sure they won't consider you. Pangit din yung medyo incompetent ka kasi hindi yun yung need ng company. Hindi kayo matatanggap kung ganun yung magiging attitude nyo. And then next is respect the interviewer. Make them feel in a way na nakikinig ka. And body posture and eye contact. Hindi yung kausap mo siya pero nakatungo ka or nakatingin ka somewhere. And then lean forward and ipakita nyo na you're paying attention to them and really show na nakikinig po. Think before you speak. Usually, pag kinakabahan talaga yung applicant, hindi na tayo nakakapag-isip ng ayos. Ang tendency, nagkakamali na tayo sa mga sinasabi natin. And paulit-ulit yung answers, paikot-ikot. So, be comfortable din with silence. Pwede kayo mag-isip. Wala tayong time limit during the interview. So, pwede nyo muna siya i-compose then sa kanya sabihin sa interviewer. And last is do not use fillers. So, ano ba yung mga fillers natin? It is like, hindi siya maganda pakinggan. Okay? And instead of saying that, you pause and think. Pwede kayo mag-pause at maging honest kayo. Or pwede nyo rin sabihin sa interviewer nyo na, let me think of an answer first, ma'am. So, dyan, mas matutuwa din kami. Okay? So, let's go to types of interview questions. Number 1 is the credential verification questions. It's important to bear in mind that not all interview questions that were asked will fall into that categories or that types of questions. So this is often more overlap in the way questions are asked, and therefore the way you should answer. Those are the examples lang po. Okay, in credential verification questions, it's also known as resume verification. The purpose is to objectively verify the credentials presented in your background or in your resume. So for recent graduate lang po, usually ang questions dyan is yung coursework, intern opportunities mo, extracurricular endeavor, grade, point average, or other measurable markers of accountabilities. Ayan po yan. So, ayan, what is your grade point average? And then, if you have work experience, usually ang tinatanong po is tenure at your previous company, how long were you at your previous employer, specific positions held, promotions gained, and projects completed. So make sure lang you have a copy quick at hand in case you need to quickly look at something. Or otherwise, you should be able to readily answer those kinds of questions without hesitation. Okay, just be honest lang, okay? Next is experience verification questions. So the purpose is to subjectively evaluate the experience in your background. What did you learn in that class or course? What were your responsibilities in that positions? Or what skills have you gained from your role? Those are the common example of this type of questions. While similar din po sa credential verification questions in terms of applicants' important matters, ang pagkakaiba lang is those questions subjectively evaluate the candidate's background. Okay? What did you learn in that class and what were your responsibilities in that position? Yan po yung mga examples of experience verification questions. And next is the opinion questions. The purpose is to subjectively analyze how would you respond in a series of scenarios. So, pumapasok dito, ma'am, sir, yung what are your strengths and weaknesses? So, most of the employees or companies ask this question just to know your strengths and weaknesses. If you are fit to the job you're applying for, or your strengths align with companies and positions. So why they need to know your weaknesses? So for them to understand your humbleness, your room for improvement, and again, asking your strength or your greatest strength, mag-answer kayo ng one thing na sobrang galing mo at sobrang hina mo. Hindi yung madami po tayong skills. Okay? Never go to the answer na wala kayong weaknesses. Give at least one po. And also, do search positive traits or adjectives and pick out one na truly magre-represent sa'yo or mag-i-speak out sa'yo. Kasi I'm pretty sure lahat tayo may strengths. Be comfortable on who you are and truly magre-represent sa'yo at sa kwento mo. And next question, example dito is, what is your greatest accomplishment? And this purpose, the purpose of this question is to subjectively analyze how candidates would respond in a series of scenarios. In reality, many candidates' brain will kick into, I know the answer to that one, state and give a somewhat automated answer. Okay? Next is the behavioral questions. Why they are asked this? It is to assess your character, specifically how you have approached potentially challenging situations in order to understand that how you would do so again if you were to be hired. Okay? Some common questions is like this. Give me an example of something you tried in your job that didn't work and how did you learn from it? Some example lang ng good answer dito. Working in customer service, like for example, customer service po yung position nyo. Working in the customer service for Community Health Club, we had the idea of offering one month long membership. However, not enough people who took up the memberships then purchased a long-term membership for it to be cost-effective for the business. We therefore switched to making our short test contract 6 months long and found that this did a better job of keeping the health club in profitability. Ayan. So tell me about a time you knew you were right but still had to follow directions or guidelines. So a good answer on that question is the deadline for sign off on white paper was looming, so I worked with my other team members to finalize and quantify the market research we agreed upon. I did have concerns, however, as the relevance of the date range used in the research, and so raised this at a team meeting. We were able to make some good changes to the status to help to prevent the same situation arising again, and decided to conduct similar research in the future over a longer period of time to ensure more effective results. Okay, so next po is the competency-based questions. So why they are asked this? It is to test if you have the attributes, knowledge, and behaviors that would lead you to be successful in this particular job. Okay, for example, okay, for a while lang po. Okay, so some of the examples of this question is tell me about a time when you were required to use your creativity to solve a problem. Okay, so ang situation is you're working at an HR firm. Okay, and you're asked You're asked po if gaano kataas yung turnover rates natin. So, ito yung example of a good answer. I work at an HR firm where one client was struggling to determine the causes of its high level of employer turnover. And my manager asked me to undertake some data analysis to identify any trends or patterns indicating the likely causes. I ultimately devised an anonymous staff questionnaire that employees were able to complete online. We discovered from that these staff were concerned about the company having adequate provisions for their training and development. Many respondents also felt that it was difficult to talk to management. The client used these findings to make changes that helped to reduce their employees' turnover by a third over the next 6 months. Another question is tell me about a time when you supported a colleague who was struggling. So, a good answer on that is a colleague who had only recently joined the team was having some difficulties with using reporting software. I offered to provide him with some ongoing training and support, and since then he's been using the software proficiently and helping our team to deliver brilliant results that have boosted company profits by a quarter in the last 6 months. Yan po yung example of competency-based questions. And next is brain teaser questions. It is a questions to evaluate candidates' ability to analyze information. It doesn't seek po any right answer. Instead, it tests the candidate's logic and math skills, critical thinking, and creativity. Some of the examples of these questions: why is the tennis ball fuzzy? And how would you describe sandwiches to someone who has never seen one? All of these questions will have a unique answers that will tell you more about the candidate in question. And last is the situational questions. So this is based on specific scenarios that could conceivably await you in the new role. Okay? So why they are asked this? To give you the opportunity to display your approach to a specific scenario and how would you handle it. The interviewer may ask for an example to demonstrate your previous approach to such scenario. Okay? So some example of situational questions is ito po. You know that colleague has made a mistake at work, but as far as you're aware, only you have spotted it. So what do you do? Okay, so example of a good answer on that is ito. I would first assess the situation, making sure that I am correct in my judgment, and then I would follow any internal protocols for handling the situation, such as contacting my boss directly before taking it any further. Otherwise, I would calmly approach the subject with the individual and let them know what I think has happened, what the impact of the mistake could be, or how it could be resolved, and what I could do to help. If the individual ascertained that no mistake had been made, I would seek advice from a supervisor and raise my concern to them. So, other question, describe a mistake you made at work. Um, Example answer or good answer in that is like this. Okay, during my time at blank company, I missed a major deadline due to poor communication with my colleagues. As soon as it became clear that the deadline would be missed, I contacted all of the stakeholders in the assignment to make clear that we were working hard to resolve the situation and when they could expect the project to be completed by. We put in the additional hours needed to complete the assignment swiftly, and I then set up a shared spreadsheet for all future projects that made deadlines clear and showed the status of each assignment at any given time. I've never missed a deadline since then. Okay. Um, that's common types of interview questions, guys. So, all right. I hope you're even more prepared on your interview. And I like to leave lang a few my favorite quotations. Everything is a learning experience. It's from a YouTuber or an influencer, Coach Laika Marabilia, and she usually says this. Because kahit anong negative experience yung ma-encounter natin, even during the interviews, hindi siya bad thing. It's always a learning process where you will be able to practice more on the next interview. So remember always that. Everything is a learning experience, okay? I hope you learned something new today. And I want to share lang po a little fun facts about my company. Okay?
We are Aspac, and we go beyond logistics. We believe that it's not just about organizing the smoothest processes. It's about providing the smartest solutions along with it too. Yes, we expertly deliver an effective and reliable flow of goods and services from point of origin to point of consumption. Transportation check. Warehousing check. Forwarding check. Brokerage check. IT solutions check. Cargo management, consultancy, integration, check, and a big check. Within this sequence of movements of planes and trains, ships and trucks, docks and locks, keys and scans, goods and treasures, there's always our experienced and resourceful manpower, our safe hands, our sharp ears. We listen, we learn. We know that there's no one solid formula for all logistics needs. Finding the suitable solution matters. We modify, we innovate, we customize. That's how we strive for success for our customers and their customers. We are Aspac, founded in the Philippines. 40 years of reliable logistics and solutions expertise. 8 highly integrated networks of international hubs. 200 pairs of expert hands and ears. Over 50 partner carriers and movers. A glowing number of certifications and recognitions, constantly innovating IT solutions. Be one of our 250 customers and partners. We are Aspac, your global channel, your local partner. Visit www.aspacfills.com.ph for more information.
Again, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you learned something from me. And if you want to know more about of our job hirings, you can always visit our website www.aspectfields.com.ph, or you can contact me on my email address hr_placement@aspectfields.com.ph, or you can call on our landline din po 888-2297. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much, Miss Mara. Ayan, so to our audience, ayan, pwede na po mag-post ng inyong question. So, habang nandito si Miss Mara, last speaker na natin siya, i-ask niyo na lahat ng questions or lahat ng mga gusto nyong itanong bago kayo sumabak sa toong laban ng application, sub-application. Ayan. So, meron tayong naiiwang question kanina, Miss Mara. So, try to answer, ma'am, the question from Miss Rev Stenso. So, the question po is, talking this as general, as Bisaya, kasi naalala ko before, parang iba yung naka-freeze screen. Sige, we'll try to, na lang po muna yung Okay, so as an HR profession, speaking English eloquently are the one who is most hired.
In my experience, Miss Joy, so speaking English eloquently, not mostly, opo, kasi minsan, having applicants with those kind of character will intimidate us, as well as and minsan hindi namin siya, parang hindi siya in a way, wait lang. Eloquently are the one who is most hired. Hindi naman palaging ganun. Who is talking English eloquently, hindi naman siya palagi.
Okay. So, thank you so much, Ms. Mara. So, next question. So, okay, so one moment. Ito na. So, talking this as general, as Bisaya, naalala ko before, first time ko mag-apply, wala talagang maayos na forma. Would it affect yung application? Meron po kasi talagang aplikante.
Would this a forma po is yung dress?
Yes, yung ayos po siguro, ma'am, yung attire.
Yung attire. Yeah, of course, it affects. Kasi po, like what we said earlier po, we judge an applicant with the first 7 seconds. So, it matters yung dress up natin. So, kung mag-apply po tayo ng work, dress professionally, aligned with the position that we're looking for. Ayun.
Alright, so thank you, ma'am. Another question from Miss Annalyn Gadingan. So, hello, Miss Mara. Thank you so much sa very informative discussion. Question po is, kadalasan po, ilan yung number of questions that an interviewer asks in an interview po? Tsaka from all types of interview questions po, ma'am, ano po yung pinaka nagagamit among those po?
Okay, sagutin po muna natin yung unang questions. Ilan yung number of questions na na-ask namin? So, it depends kasi on an applicant. kung paano yung pag-uusap. Usually kung bibilangin natin siya, more than 10 questions po. So it composed or mixed siya. It's either credentials, more on credentials, experiences, ayan. Um, kung ano yung roles mo on that particular, on that, ano po yung naging strengths and weaknesses natin. So, mix siya. It's more than 10, I guess. And for the second question, usually po, ang ginagamit namin is yung opinion, situation, and situational job interview question. So, for opinion, ano ba yung greatest strengths and weaknesses mo? Ano yung makakontribute mo sa company? And for situational, anong gagawin mo if ganito? If meron, kasi po, ang company namin is logistics. So, it's more on cargos, ganyan. So, anong gagawin mo if hindi na deliver ng ayos yung cargo na pinadala? So, for example, ang ina-applyan mo is sales coordinator. So, paano mo siya i-communicate sa head mo? Paano mo siya ma-deliver yung situation sa kliyente nyo? So, paano maayos yung sitwasyon? Ayan. So, mga ganun po. So again, it's more than 10 questions and it's more on opinion and situational. Yung ano po, yung credential verification, given na yun eh. Kung ano yung nakalagay sa resume mo, i-check lang natin, i-verify natin kung totoo siya, kung ikaw ba talaga yung gumawa nun. Ayun. Yun po.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Mara. So another question is, why are interviewers asking most of the time po questions not related to the positions they are applying for?
Sorry, medyo nag-choppy ka dun sa unang part. Sorry. Again, miss. Please repeat the question.
Yes, ma'am. So would like to ask po, no, why are interviewers asking questions not actually related to the positions na ina-applyan ng mga aplikante?
Okay, that's what you call nonsense question. And so, nag-a-ask lang sila regarding kung paano ka magre-respond. Parang, ikaw ba is magugulat ka ba? Magugulat ka ba? Ay, bakit nagtanong? Kung, parang, it's below the belt na yung tinatanong nitong interviewer na to. Pero, it's a part of an interview, ma'am. Parang meron kaming portion doon na how would they react if you ask nonsense questions. Ayun po.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So another question is from Miss Trixie Bustamante. Good afternoon po, ma'am. Is it okay not to answer a question in an interview if you cannot answer it?
Okay, so for me, it's not. Because kaya tinatanong ni interviewer kasi meron siyang gusto malaman sa'yo. Try to answer the best as you can. So, hindi ka naman, yun nga, wala kaming time limit. So, as an interviewer din, ako hindi rin naman ako ganun ka fluent in English. So, hindi ko ibigay sa'yo na kailangan fluent in English ka. Okay? So, as long as confident ka on how you deliver your ideas, so it can be. So, big no-no kung hindi ka sasagot sa questions namin. And it's a sign na, medyo incompetent tong tao na to. Hindi to pwede sa atin. Ayan.
And much better na you research for mga kadalasang tinatanong common interview questions katulad ng binigay ni Miss Mara para you have the time to practice, no? You have the time to at least magsulat ka kung ano yung sa tingin mo ay magiging possible answer to that question. So
very important thing, ma'am, is yung preparedness po. Yeah, preparedness on your applying position.
Okay. At kahit pa you actually do not know the answer to that specific question, at least may ma-answer ka man lang, di ba? So,
Yeah,
yun yung kasi tinitingnan ni tinitingnan din ng interviewer. Okay, so next question po is from Ms. Xiao Amparena. So good day, ma'am. How do you inform the applicant if pass or rejected po after the interview? Thank you.
Okay, so interviewers varies on their own ways. So ako as an interviewer, I'm very what do you call that? Ako po is very direct to the point. So um, usually in our company, I do initial interview. So after I interviewed that person po, sinasabi ko na agad if you pass or you're rejected. At the same time, sinasabi ko din po, if rejected yung tao, kung ano yung mga key points na kailangan niya i-improve. Like for example, sir, medyo kinakabahan tayo, hindi tayo magkaintindihan ng ayos. So, nakapag-prepare ka ba? Nag-search ka ba before ka pumunta dito? And very committed ka ba? Dedicated ka ba talaga sa ina-apply ng trabaho? So, yun lang po. Sinasabi ko siya directly. Okay? So, hindi ko pinapaasa yung tao. And, ayun, gusto ko rin marinig nyo to. Pag after the interview at hindi na kayo kinontak, or wala na kayong na-receive na feedback regarding your application, so find another one. Kasi alam nyo nang ibig sabihin nun. Okay? So, if an applicant po kasi is passed, we contact them, we ensure that they pass the requirements, okay? Yung communication with them is parang continued. Hindi po namin parang pinapaantay yung tao kasi baka makahanap pa sila ng ibang employer. So, ayun po.
I agree, Miss.
Again,
So,
it
thank you so much.
varies. Opo, yung employer varies yan. Yung interviewer, it varies pa rin po on how they will inform you if you're passed or rejected. Okay?
Mm-mm. Thank you, Miss Mara. I agree, no? So, kapag sinabihan ng interviewer na we'll call you, then lumagpas na 1 week, 2 weeks, no? Baka
Yes.
it's the time na you look for another position or job or
They are not interested in you. Yeah. Oo. Kasi 1 week pa eh. 1 week ka pa pag-iintayin. They are not interested in you. Okay?
all right.
Yes.
So, thank you so much, Miss Mara. I think that's it. No more questions from the audience. So, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for nawala ako. Ayan. Thank you for joining us today. So, we wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you so much, Miss Mara. Maraming salamat po.
Miss, I want to promote lang our hirings. So,
Sure, ma'am.
okay, urgently need of IT professionals and accountant. Okay, so if you want to pass your resume, please visit our jobs 180/Aspac Fields. And makikita nyo din po doon yung other openings ni Aspac International Link. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Joyce. Thank you for having me here again. Have a good day.
Thank you again, Miss Mara. Maraming salamat po and ingat. Alright. Alright, so thank you so much, ma'am. So to officially close our program, may we invite Dr. Hanaliza D. Poblete, Director of Career and Placement Service from City University of Pasay for the closing remarks.
Do not judge a book by its cover. This is a saying that we all know too well and most of us believe. It is a fact. Some people really are deeper, more interesting, and way better than what they show in their appearances. However, it is also a fact that in the world of business, first impressions make a huge essential impact. It is better that you realize now and accept that no matter how much potential you have, no matter how excellent you already are, and no matter how much progressive you could be in the long run, there is always a chance that you don't get hired because of these first impressions. That is just the nature of business, fast-paced and judgmental. This is why we enjoin you in our webinar today. We want you to all be prepared down from the basics. The basics that will be scrutinized by the critics. The basics that may either make or break your career path. I sincerely hope that you have absorbed all the knowledge imparted to you today and that you will utilize them as you step into the real world. Let me take this opportunity to thank the people behind this purposeful webinar for the millionth time. Thank you very much, Managing Director Mr. Kim Chua, Academic Linkages Officer, Mr. Rimes Tosamente, and the rest of the Jobs180.com staff. May I greatly express my gratitude as well to our resource speakers. Your shared wisdom for today will be a worthy source of strength of our dear students in the nearing future. To my colleagues who consistently support and boost these kinds of programs, Dean of College of Education and also Professor Melvin Crisostomo, the Student Council Advisor and Head of English Department, Professor Errol Beja, the Student Council President, Mr. Justin Babagay Reyes, and the rest of the CUP Student Council, Dean of Colleges, Department Heads, and of course, to our Dr. Rosania Estuche, our University President. This concludes my speech. May we all continue being progressive and we'll learn to more, improve ourselves each day. Stay safe always, everyone, and may God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Poblete. And there you have it, guys. We are done with Talk Proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. So please do not forget to evaluate this event. So for TUP Taguig, CUP, and MMCCAST. So the link is flashed on your screen and will also be available at the comments section. So please evaluate the event. The evaluation is up. I think for MMCCAST is 30 minutes. So the evaluation will serve as your attendance for today's session. So please fill out G forms, evaluate the event. So ang evaluation po ay galing sa inyong school mismo. Okay, so thank you. We would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event. We hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. And we would like to thank again the City University of Pasay, TUP Taguig, and MMCCAST for collaborating with Jobs 180. Maraming salamat po. And of course, we would like to thank also our sponsors. And for more career opportunities, you may visit our page, our website, www.jobs180.com. And again, Jobs 180, if you're interested, Jobs 180 is looking for OJTs and for foreign possessions, customer support officer and IT officer for web development. So please submit your resume link at jobs180.com/jobs180, or you may email us at info@jobs180. So please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. Please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed, and you are welcome to join in on those sessions too. So the program is finally concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan. We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Ingat, everyone.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.